Hi folks, welcome back to the SQL 50 series. So now we are with the next problem in our basic aggregation function section, and you can see that the problem name is average selling price. Okay, so LeetCode has categorized this as an easy problem. So let us now dive into the problem. Okay, so you can see that we have been given with two tables. Okay, one is prices and the other is units sold. If you go through the schema, we have four fields, namely product ID, which is of type int, start and end date of date type, and price, which is in integer. So if you go through the description, product ID, start date, and end date is the primary key. Okay, combination of columns with unique values for this table. Each row of this table indicates the price of the product ID in the period from start date to end date. Cool. Okay, so product ID and start date and end date, they combinedly make the primary key. So with this you can assume that product ID will be keeping on repeated, right? And they're saying that this price means this is the price of the product ID in this particular interval or in that particular days. Okay, that is start date and end date. Okay, for each product ID there will be no two overlapping periods. That means there will be no two intersecting periods for the same product ID. Cool. Okay, I hope you have understood this. This means that they are saying that there will be no two in overlapping periods. That means, see, if you have one start date from 1st January, right? 1st January, suppose you assume that 1st January 2026, and the end date is 15th January 2026. So the product, right, for the same product, the next time period, the next time period will never be from, in this particular the date in this particular, the previous one. Okay, it will never be in that previous one, that is 1 to 15. It will never come in that particular period. It will definitely start from the 16th. Okay, so that is what this last statement is. Now if you go through the next table, that is unit sold, we have three fields in it: product ID, which is of type int; purchase date, which is of type date; and units, which is of type int. This table may contain duplicate rows. Each row of this table indicates the date, units, and product ID of each product sold. So you can see that this is like a transaction table, guys. So it is actually maintaining like what products have been sold and on what date. Okay, that is the purchase date, the transaction is made, and how many units have been sold. Okay, it is maintaining that particular information. Okay, so both these tables are like fact tables, guys. So you can see that the data keeps on growing, right? So if you see, I've previously said in my previous videos also, right, that is dimension table. So I think if you are in real world, right, so this is like a whole if you feel like this is a whole business table, there will be separate table for products. Okay, so it will contain product ID, product name, and product dimensions, right? So it is like it will contain all the description about the products. Okay, so that is called a dimension table. But here these two are like facts table. The data will be keeping on going, right? The prices of the product will also go up and down, right? So okay, so that is the concept in data engineering. We will come to that. Okay, let's not go out of the path. So yes, so we have been given these two tables, guys, right? I hope you have understood these two, the description of these two tables. And now let us see what they're asking. Okay, so they're asking us to write a solution to find the average selling price for each product. Average price should be rounded to two decimal places, and if a product does not have any sold units, its average selling price is assumed to be 0. Cool. Return the result of the table in any order. So you can see that, guys, we have we have seen this to the calculation of the average, right? We have seen quite in many problems, right? So we had that average runtime per process, right, in our previous problems. So this time what happened, like they've slightly differentiated the problem. Like this is like, this is what happens in the real world, guys. You will not have all the required data in one table. So you need to bring data from different tables, and that is why joins comes, right? You have to join tables to query from, you get the data from multiple tables, and then you need to filter some records, and then you need to use the aggregation functions. You need to group it and use the aggregation functions. So mostly guys, all this group by and aggregation, right, they will come when you need to perform analytics mostly, when the downstream users need they will be creating some dashboards and they need this analytic reports, that in that time only you will be using mostly this group by and aggregation functions, guys. So they will be like, what which departments have made most sales, which departments have the best revenue kind of thing stuffs. Okay, so yes, so they're asking us to calculate the average, right, average selling price. So you can see that in the unit sold, we do not have the prices. Okay, you can see that we do not have the price section. It is containing only the units, and it is containing some purchase date. So what we need to do is we need to get the price for every product in units sold. Okay, we need to get the that particular price only, because you can see that we have been given a prices table, and the prices of that product has been changed in different time periods, right? So if you go through this first table, prices, right, so we have this product ID and the date. You can see it is from 17th Feb 2019 to the last day of the Feb. Okay, 28th Feb 2019, the price of the product one was 5. And then you can see from 1st March to 22nd March, the price of that same product, it got increased to 20. So almost, right, 15 more, 15 has been increased more than the previous rate. And then you can see for the product ID 2, from 1st March to 20th March, the price of the product 2 was 15. And again, from 21 to the last day of March, it doubled, right, it doubled, 15 to 30, right? So it doubled there. So what we need to do is, guys, to first to calculate this average selling price, right? So we have this whatever the products have been sold, we have this data, right, and we have this ID and the date on which it was sold, and how many units have been sold. So what we need to do is, first we need to actually get the correct corresponding price for this product on this particular date. So on this particular date, what was the price for this product? And after getting that price, we need to simply multiply those with the number of units. So once we get the multiply with the number of units, we will be getting the actual actual price that for which this product has been sold, right? So once we get all those actual prices, right, then what we can do, we can simply use the group by and aggregation functions. Okay, so group by and aggregation functions. So I think it has been so much that I've said. What I will do is, I'll just show to you with some example. Okay, I'll just use this marker and I will just show you guys. So you can see, guys, for this first product, to we are calculating the average selling price. Okay, average selling price. So you can see we have been given with this table, product ID and purchase date and units. So what we will do is, firstly we need to find for this product. Okay, we are starting with this first product. For this product, if you see, the purchase date is 25th Feb, and we need to check in this table, okay, prices table, right, on 25th Feb, what was the rate? Okay, what was the price of this product ID 1? So if you see for product ID 1, so we are doing a lookup, guys, we are doing a lookup in prices table. If you see the product 1, we have two records, right, and the date is, now purchase date is 25 Feb. Okay, 25 Feb. So the first record, if you see, guys, it is start date is 17 and end date is 28. So 25 Feb is in between the first record. Okay, so 25 Feb is in between the first record. So in that particular time period, my price is 5. Okay, so for this record, right, for this date, okay, that is 25, my product ID 1 was having a price of 5. Okay, price of 5, right? So let me just, okay, so this will be my price. Okay, and for first product, the price was 5 in this particular date. And if you come to the second record, same product ID 1, and the date is 1st March. If you see the 1st March, you can see 1st March, from 1st March to 22nd March, the price went up to 20, right? So for this product ID, right, on this date, my price was 20, all right? And then what is the next record? That is 2, right? Product ID 2. On 10th, the purchase date was, okay, that's sold or purchased on 10th Feb. And if you see on the 10th Feb where it is coming, if you see for record number, second record, so let me use a different color, right? So let me use some different color for this. Cool. If you see this, so this is the record that I'm looking for, and if you see, this is the second, okay, this is the second product ID, and it is having also 2 records. And if you see 10th, right, so 10th is coming in which time period? You can see from 1st to 20th March. Okay, from 1st to 20th March, my second product ID was having price 15. So the price for this particular record, that is product ID 2, on the purchase date 10, the price was 15 for my product 2. All right. And coming to the last record for the same product, and it was purchased on 22nd, right? So on 22nd, you can see it is coming the it lies between these two, right? Lies between the 21st Feb to 31st, to end of the March, 31st March, the price was 30. So this 22nd March lies in this particular time period, right? The last record. So the price was 30, right? So we have got the price, okay, we have got the price of for each product in this table on this particular date. Now what we need to do, we have to calculate, right? We need to now calculate the actual price, okay, the actual selling price. All right, so we need to now calculate the actual selling price, guys. So how we will be calculating the actual selling price? Like, this will be the actual selling price, okay, the actual selling price. How we will calculate it? So how much, like, what was the total amount that this product got sold? So it is like, you know, this is the units that have been sold, and this is the price. Like, what we will do, we will just multiply these two things, right? So 100 into 5, okay, so 500 was the amount on which the product ID 1 was sold, okay, total amount. And then for the product, for the same product ID on 1st March, the units sold were 15, and how was the price? It is 20, okay. So 15 and 20, right, 200, 300, right, it was 300, so it is 300, guys. And now for the next product, uh, the this thing, right, so the second product, it will be similar to like this, 200 into 50, right? So samely, okay, I guess it is 3k, right? And then we have this 30 into 30, so it is something like 900, right? So this is like this we will be getting, guys, actual selling price, right? So for every what we have done, for every product we have brought the price on that particular date, and what we have done, we have just multiplied those prices to find out the total or actual selling price, like how much amount has been spent on that particular transaction. So once we have got this selling price, guys, once we have got all the selling price, what we will do, so once we have got all this selling price, what we will do, we have got this complete, right, we have got this complete column, and now we are ready with this. Now what we need to do, we have to find out the average, right? So we need to find out the average. How we will do it, how we will do this average, guys? So simple, right? We have this group by, right? So we will do this group by the product ID. All right, so if I do this group by product ID, what will happen, guys? So I've said you in the previous video also, you have this total, right, you have this duplicate rows, right? So what will group by do is, group by will actually eliminate, or it will actually remove the rows, okay, it will remove the rows, and it will convert all these multiple rows into one single row, Okay, so you have two rows for this one record, one product ID. So after doing group by, what will happen is for one, okay, so after doing this group by, what will happen is you have this, one second. So after doing group by, what will happen is for one record, okay, this is group one, okay, it will be creating groups, okay. So this is my group one, right, and it will contain two records, guys. It will contain these first two records, okay, and it will put those two records, okay, those two records, that is purchase date 2019, right, 02 and 25, okay, these two uh, okay, these two columns, okay, purchase date, comma, and 100. And then what it will do, it will again put one more record is also there, right? So this 03 and 01 comma 15, okay. So this is my purchase date column, okay, and it will create one more group. This is my purchase date column and this is my units column, okay, and it will create one more group and it will also put that data into this group, okay. It will group similar data into groups, okay, based on the group by column. So this is the group by column, right? On that particular column it will create the groups, okay, and 200 and then 2019, 03, 22 and 30, okay. So these two are our columns, guys. So these two are my columns. So instead of comma, what I will do is I'll just create this columns. Very sorry for my this thing, guys. So this is my purchase date, okay, and okay, this is my units, and this will be my similar, okay, purchase date, and this is my units, okay. So guys, like this, what it will do is it will create these groups. Once I say group by, it will create these groups, and now we can we can perform aggregations on this groups, okay. We can perform aggregations on this columns, that is purchase date and units, okay. So we do not have anything to do with purchase date. We will do what we will do, we want the average, okay. Basically I have one more column I forgot to add. I'm very sorry, guys. So we'll be having this one more column also right now, guys. So we'll be having this uh, actual selling price, right, actual selling price, okay. So price will also be there, but we will skip it, okay, because we want what we actually want. We do not want the units also, but these will, just remember that both these will be present, guys. So units price and actual selling price will be present, okay. So all this will be present, but we what we are doing, we need to calculate the average selling price, okay. So this is 520 and this is 15 and 30. So we have got this actual selling price now, guys. So what we will do, we will group by product ID, and after doing group by product ID, what we are gonna do is we are finding out the average of actual selling price, guys. So actual selling price, okay. So once we do this average of actual selling price now, guys, so this, right, so this group by function will do sum up both these two things, right. So it will do 500 plus 20 divided by the number of records in it. So the number of records are 2, okay, and then it will do the similar for every group, guys. So when I say actual average of actual selling price, it will do for every group, okay. So one group it will calculate this, and for the second group it will also calculate this. 15 plus 30 by number of records, 2 records are also there in this group, so it will do these two things, guys. So you can see that 100 into 5, right, 500 plus okay, I'm very sorry, this was 300, okay, it's not 20, this is 300 and this is 3000 and this is 900, okay. I'm very sorry for that. So 500 plus 15 into 20, 300 divided by 115. Okay, I'm very sorry, it's not it's not about the, okay, guys, I'm very sorry, guys. I think you cannot use the average, guys. So yeah, I'm really sorry. So I have also made a huge mistake. So to find out the uh, to find out the average price now, guys, I'm really sorry. So you can see that sometimes when you think that we can directly use the average function, it's not like that. So even I got confused here. So what will average do is it will do apply this formula, guys. It will apply, it will take count of these two columns whichever we have specified, and it will divide it by the number of number of records. But it is not like that, so this will be absolutely wrong, guys. Okay, you see that, like, if you know only average function and you don't know how to calculate it, no, you don't know like how to calculate in different ways, right? So this is a problem. So even I got confused, guys. You can see that after average, right? The average selling price is not this. Okay, it is calculated by the total, total price of the product. Okay, total price of these products divided by, it's not the number of products, it is the number of products sold. Okay, so huge mistake, guys. I'm really sorry about that. So it is number of products sold. Okay, number of products sold. So you can see that we have gone like completely disaster. Okay, number of products sold. So how we will be getting that number of products sold, guys? So we cannot use average. Okay, so completely gone, right? So we cannot use average. So you can see that, guys, before solving problems, it is always best to first take a pen and paper, first write the pseudocode or solve it. Okay, solve the actual logic on the paper, and then only you code. Okay, coding is absolutely a simple task, and it is actually performed at the last. Okay, as the last step, it is just the implementation, guys. It is just the implementation of an algorithm or a pseudocode. All the logic is done actually on pen and paper, believe me or not. So guys, what will happen is, it is not the average, guys. So how you will calculate this is, see, you have this whole group data, right? So you will have purchase ID, you will have units, and you have actual selling price, right? So basically this price will also be there, but it is not required basically. Okay, I have just included the actual selling price only. So what you need to do is to calculate, to get the average selling price now, guys. Okay, so to get the average selling price, guys, right? So what is the formula, right? So it is like we need to take the sum of the actual selling price. Okay, we have done a group by product ID, and then we need to do the, okay, we have to take the sum of actual selling price, right? We have to take the sum of the actual selling price divided by, right, the sum of units. Okay, the sum of the units. So sum of the units means what? It will be 100 plus 15, right? So for the product ID 1, you can see that for the product ID 1, if I take the average selling price, so sum of actual selling price is what? 500 plus 300. Okay, so 500 plus 300 divided by sum of units. Okay, how many units have been sold? That is 100 plus 15. Okay, 115. So you can see that we have got the correct thing. Okay, it is 6.96. Okay, so this is how we calculate, guys. So seeing the average, I was also in a in a delusion that we need to use average function. But once you go through the test case, right, that will give you the exact thing. So I hope you have got an idea, guys. So if you haven't got, just don't worry. Okay, so I'll again explain you when I'm writing the code. Okay, I'll explain you now, right? I'll be writing the code. uh, After that, while writing the code also, I will show you like the line by line execution, like what is happening. Okay, so then also, if you don't get right, so just watch the video again, like 15 minutes back. Watch it in slow motion or 2x or 1x, whichever you are comfortable with. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so guys, let me just clear this up. So it is like mess, complete mess, right? Yes. So yeah, I think we have got the problem, and now we will jump onto the right code, guys. So you can see that we have got a delusion that we need to use average function, but absolutely not. Okay, so what we will do, guys, so first we need to actually bring the first task is to actually bring the right, bring the correct price for that product, right? So first task is to get the price of product on the particular purchase date. Okay, purchase date. So this will be in my table, unit sold table. Okay, so unit sold table. And then what we will do, guys, once we have got the price, we need to calculate the uh, actual selling price. Okay, and once we get the actual selling price, calculate the average selling price for each product. Okay, this is the task that we need to do. So first we need to, in unit sold table, we need to we need to get the price for every product, right? So what we will do, from units sold, all right, so from units sold, what we need to do is we need to basically get the price for every product. So we need to do a lookup kind of thing and get the price. Okay, so I'll do a unit sold join. All right, from unit sold join prices. Okay, uh, on which condition, guys? So it will be my, okay, I need to give a alias. So unit sold u prices p on u dot product id equals to p dot product id. Okay, and I need to give one more condition, guys. I have to match the product id and I also need to check the purchase date. Okay, so the condition would be like this. Okay, and my u dot, right, my u dot purchase date must be in between. Okay, it must be greater than, right, so sorry, it should be greater than start date. Yes, it should be greater than or equals to, okay, or equals to p dot start date, right, and both conditions should satisfy, guys. And u dot purchase date should be less than or equals to my p dot end date. So guys, this whole conditions should satisfy at once. Okay, so it is not like these are like two separate conditions. These conditions should satisfy at once. That is why I will be keeping both these two inside a parenthesis. That means, you know, both these conditions should satisfy. If you keep this outside, right, if you do not specify the conditions, right, so this will be treated as, this is a separate condition and this is a separate condition. It is not. We need the purchase date. Okay, we need the purchase date in this table, unit sold table. It should be in between this range. So this is what the condition says. Okay, that means I'm checking if this particular date should be in between these two range, then only we need to get that price. Okay, so if I do this, guys, and if I do a select star, let us see what will happen. And you can see that we have got a whole bunch of big table, right? So this product id, purchase date are coming from my left table and these are coming from my right table. And if you see here, guys, you see here for the product id 1 units 100, it got matched with the same product id, and the start date is 17, end date is 28. So this particular date, right, 25th Feb, it is definitely between the 17 and 28th Feb, and we have got the price. Cool, right now, guys. So as expected, for every record in our unit sold table, we have got the actual actual prices, right? So the actual prices on that particular day. Cool, now, guys. So this will be my first task's output. So now we have this price. Okay, we have this price. So what we will do is we will calculate the actual price, guys. Okay, So we need to calculate the actual price. So this is the second task. Okay, so how we will do this? So in select, instead of selecting star, we will be taking up the product ID. So I'll be needing product ID. So which product ID should I take? Because I've done a join, right? So I'll be getting join, right? Matched record. So matched record means both this product ID will contain the same data. So that is why I will be getting, same. It will contain the same data. You can take anything. So I'll be taking u dot product ID, right? So units dot product ID, and then I do not need purchase date. I need to calculate the actual selling price. So actual selling price is like units into the price. Okay, remaining all I do not require. So the actual selling price will be my units. Okay, units is coming from my units sold table. So units u dot units multiplied, right? The price is coming from the products table. So p dot price. Okay, so units into price. So this will be my actual selling price, guys. Okay, so actual selling price. So again we will just run this and check if everything is working fine. Cool, guys. So you can see the product ID 1, actual selling price was 500, and for product ID 1, again the next record, it is 300. Now we have for 2 it is 3,900. Now we need to find out the average selling price for each product. Okay, so this was the output, right? So this was the output for this second task. Now we need to find out the average selling price for each product. So guys, like how we did the mistake in when I'm explaining it on the marker, we will not repeat that. Okay, so how we are calculating, we need to not use the average function. We thought we need to use the average function and everything is done. Absolutely not, right? So you can see they have given that average selling price is not that. It is total price of product divided by number of products sold. Okay, so total price of the product is this, guys, which we are saying as actual selling price. So what we will do is in the same problem only we will do it. Okay, so this is my total, this is my total price. Okay, so this is my total price. So guys, remember this is my current table. This is my current table. Now for this current table, I'll group it by the product ID, and I will apply a sum. Okay, sum on this particular column, actual selling price. Actual selling price is what this. Okay, so just see it. Okay, don't get confused, just see it. So what I'm doing is, so this is my current table, right? So this current table is the second table. Okay, so now I'm applying a group by on product ID. Okay, so I'll apply a group by on product ID. So on which product ID? U dot product ID. All right, so I'm applying a product ID, u dot product ID, and then what I need to do, I need to do this thing, guys. I need to find the average. I do not have the average function directly. Average function is something, it will calculate the different average. Okay, I need the selling price average. So it is, I need to do like how will I calculate? I need to add up both these two things, add up this actual selling price, and I also need to add up the units sold. Okay, I need to add up these two things. I need to add up the units sold. Okay, so it will be sum of this actual selling price. Okay, that is total selling price. This is the total selling price. So I'm doing this sum. I've grouped. Okay, I've grouped it by product ID, like I've shown you in the video, guys. I've shown in the previous 10 minutes right now, guys, on the marker, like how after doing a group by how groups are created, and on that particular columns, right? So I'm doing this sum. Okay, so this sum is nothing but this is total selling price, and then divided by sum of the number of products sold. So how will I get the number of products sold? It is there, guys. Sum of the units. Okay, so it is u dot units. So this will actually give me the average selling price, guys. So this will give me average price or average selling price. So average price is there in the output, so I'm using that. So now if I run it, guys, you can see now. You can see, guys, we are getting complete average. Okay, we are getting too much big answer. So they have already said that it should be rounded. Okay, find the average selling price of for each product, and average price should be rounded to 2 decimal places. Okay, So two decimal places. So I'll be rounding this to two decimal places. And now if I run it, guys, so now you can see it, guys. We have got, so okay, I'm very sorry, it is not 0, that is why it got rounded to this, so it is two decimal places. And now you can see, guys, we have got the correct answer. Okay, so guys, just now I've got one spark in my mind. You can see here there, again, if you read the question properly, so you write a solution to find the average selling price for each product. I've said you in many videos that whenever you find this each product, then definitely 95% of the time there will be some left join. But here we have not used any left join. Just think about it, okay? They're saying for each product, okay? Average price should be rounded to two decimal places. If a product does not have any sold units, its average selling price is assumed to be 0. So guys, we have messed up. You can see this has passed for this test case, but what we have done is we have taken units sold on our left table and prices on the right table. Okay, what will this do? Units join prices, what it will do is it will only give up the products which are, which are matched. Okay, it will give the products which are matched in unit sold table. So for if there is any product in prices table which is not sold, okay, for that table also we need to display. But what we have done, we have we have taken this on the left table and this product on the right table, and now we will be getting only the products which have been sold, and we will be failing for the test cases for the products, right, which will contain the products that have been not been sold. So you can see that it has passed for a test case, but let us submit it and let us see on which test case it will fail. So that this, according to that test case, let us see, right, let us see what we can do. So guys, you can see here, so it has passed for the 15th test case. You can see there is a prices table which has two products, and those like in units sold, those were never sold. Okay, but our output is giving no output because we have used a join. We have used a unit sold join products. In unit sold there was nothing, right? There was nothing, no record. It when it joined with prices, absolutely nothing will come. Okay, so that is why our output is also 0, but they've in problem they've explicitly said I need for every product. Okay, so every product means one product average price, it was not sold, that is why it is 0, assumed to be 0. So what we can do it, guys, now what we can do this, we should reframe whole the query, like we have already done this much of hard work here. Okay, so I have said you that right join is used very rarely. So now let us, in this problem, let us use the right join and let us see if we can solve that using the right join. So guys, if I do a right join here, okay, let me just do a right join. So what it will do, guys, just see what it will do. If I do a right join, okay, so this will be getting messed up. Okay, what I will do is I will just take this, I'll just comment this up. Okay, I'll just comment this the columns that we have been using, and I'll also comment this the group, okay, group data. So whatever logic we have done, okay, whatever things that we have done with the join thing, okay, whatever things that we have done in join thing, the same conditions, I'm just doing this right join. Okay, just see the output, like what it will come, the right join. If I do a right join, what it will do, it will give the matching records from both the tables and non-matching records from the right table, right, and for those left table values will be null. So if you see here the output, where is the output, guys? Yeah, so what happened? Okay, so for this table there is it will contain the same data because I have there is no such record in product in my prices table which is not present in units table. If I use this particular test case, that is the test case on which our data got failed, if I run on this test case, you can see that both this will be coming in our step. Okay, so now so this was my first test case, and now you can see, guys, you can see this my left table data. Okay, so these two prices was present. Okay, 1 and 2 were present in my prices, and these were not present in the unit sold. Okay, and for those right table, I'm getting my left table values were null. Previously I was always using left table, but now I'm using the right table. Now what I need to do is, guys, I need to get this product ID, right? So for whichever the product, if there is no, that no sold data, okay, no unit sold data, I need to also output those records. So that is why instead of using this product ID, that is my left table product ID, I need to use my right table product ID, okay, in my code. Okay, so I was using my unit sold product ID, but now I need to use the p dot product ID, because I've done a right join. Okay, so what I will do, I will do a p dot product ID. I'll do a p dot product ID, right? And what we need to do, we need to do the same thing, guys. We need to similarly calculate the total selling price, that that will be getting that by u dot units into p dot price, divided by the sum of units, similar, okay, that is the total units sold, and this will be my average price. So let us see, guys, what will happen. Let us see what will happen, right? So group by product ID. So I'm using p dot product ID now. Just see this, guys. Units will be null, right? So u dot units, if the product ID is not sold, u dot units will be null, right? So null into price, what it will give me. Let us see what this whole thing will give us. I'm using now p dot product ID because I need to output those products also which were never sold. So you can see it is showing me, okay, not a group by expression, because I forgot to group it by p dot product ID and not this. I have corrected this. Now let us see. Let us run this and see. So guys, you can see now we have got a correct output. Okay, we are getting this null value. Okay, for the products which have never been sold. Okay, so it like these units was null. Okay, null into the price, right? Null into something is giving me null in Oracle, and sum of null also is giving me a null completely. Okay, so null divided by null is completely giving me null, and round of null and all this two is also giving me null, guys. So you can see that I'm getting a good output here. So simply what I can do now, I can just replace these null values with average price. Okay, sorry, not average price, it is 0. I can simply replace these two things. So how we can do that, we can use the NVL function, right? So in last problem we have seen like how NVL does solve our requirement when there is a null value. So I'll just use the NVL and let us see if it works for this particular test case, which which the previous code has failed. So you can see, guys, we have got the correct output. So you can also see, guys, like we have been using left join, and I've been saying that people generally use left join completely, but this, I think this like this for kind of situations when you have written all the complex query and you do not want to change anything, right? So then instead of doing a left join, you just do a right join. Okay, so whenever you forgot to misplace, right, the left table on the left side, right, and you put it on the right side, and then you realize that everything should come, right, so then you will use this right join and you will do this all things. So let me just submit it and check if it works for all the test cases. Yes, guys, so it has passed. Okay, it has passed wonderfully. So cool, guys, we have also learned to use the right join, right? And let us see this solutions. Okay, so cool. It is also very similar. Okay, it is also very similar to our problem, guys. The only thing is they have used between and this thing, between and okay, so between and is also a very good thing to use to put the date in between these two dates. But what I've done is I've used operators. Okay, so this is also permitted in Oracle. So I'm just saying that if it is greater than or equals to, between and is similar to that only, right? Operators and these two things. Okay, so you can go through this example also. So I mean, they have done this a very similar kind of thing. So they are using NVL. So they have used SQL. Okay, I don't know which language. NVL over here only inside they have used, but it is okay, it will work either the way, because you can see null was giving us null, and that is why we are getting over there, right? So the rest of the thing, everything is similar. Okay, they have used a left join, but we have used the right join. Cool, right? So it is very similar to our problem. And if you want to go in depth, right, so if I use between and or if I use this particular these two things, what will happen, which is the best way, which will run fast. Okay, what is the best way to optimize, you can that is the that is the level of how a senior thinks. Okay, Junior will focus on writing correct code. Senior will think like what is the best way to write code and how to I optimize it. Okay, that is the only difference, right? So that's it from this problem, guys. I again, this video also, right, it has crossed some 45 minutes. So yeah, sorry for that, but I just again I'm telling you, it is, I wanted to make you explain each and everything in a perfect manner, right? So I hope you have understood it. I've made some mistakes in this problem. I've rectified it. I've corrected myself. So I also wanted you to do the same thing. So learn from your mistakes. That is the only way to grow. That's it, guys. So this is the thing, guys. That's it from this problem. I'll meet you in the next problem, guys. So until then, see you next time, and happy learning. Thank you.